Hey everyone, it's Bobs, and I'm back with my first tier list for the Season 6 ground loot weapons. I know it's coming a little late, given that there's only a handful of days till Season 7, but I wanted to get it out, wanted to give it a shot, give it a try, and get that content out to you guys. First off, I wanted to thank again the redditor Adrawingbecomesreal. They made a spreadsheet of the attachments for the Season 6 ground loot weapons. It's a lot of work. You gotta take a screenshot of the weapon outline, you gotta compare it to the loadout to figure it out, and then it's not even completely 100% that's all the attachments. But because of that, I was able to get this out, so thanks to them. I made my own based off theirs. I just kind of reorganized by attachment types and also put the blueprint name. So if you want to use that one, I'll put the link for that. Also check out the link in the top left corner. It's a video I put out the other day explaining why I think we should rank ground loot and also how I rank. Let's get to it. All right, so as you can see, I got 5 tiers. Let's go means you can be really aggressive with this gun. You feel confident. Feeling a little frisky, you've got some confidence, but there are limitations. So you got to know those limitations and pick and choose your spots wisely. It's a gun. It's a gun. You know, you picked it up. It can shoot bullets. Hopefully you have the advantage of the drop on your opponent and can get them down with it. X16 or this, you're really questioning if you should use your pistol or this. You probably pick it up so you have 2 guns, but probably you're using your pistol. Don't even bother picking it up. Just keep your pistol out. It's not even worth potentially dying because you're holding it. All right, well, let's get to it. Ashen Skies. So the Ashen Skies is an MP5, and it's got a suppressor. It's got the Merc, a Merc foregrip, and it's got collapsible stock. So it's almost the meta MP5. Problem is it's got a thermal canted. It's got a hybrid scope, pulls back the ADS. So it's a good gun. And some of you love the MP5. It's like meta. I'm not the biggest fan. I kind of like shotguns MP7 better. So that's why it's a little lower for me. Some of you might be let's go when you see this. All right, next, Sworn Anemone. I like the P90. I like feeling like I got a lot of bullets in the clip. And it's got a pretty fast TTK. It's also a hybrid scope, so you have to switch to the reflex. But yeah, it's a solid gun. But I mean, sure, some of you might have the MP5 or the P90, but I got the P90. I like the P90. Don't even bother. I like the X16. I keep the X16 over other pistols because it's familiar to me. These guns I don't use nearly enough, so I don't even bother. The AK-47, one of the revelations of the season, because it's like, I don't use an AK-47 on a loadout. Very few people do. But it has a suppressor. It's iron sighted. And it's got that 762 damage profile. This thing packs a punch. It's got a slow fire rate, but that kind of keeps things steady sometimes, especially for those like 40-50 meter shots. I did damage with this. It's in the let's go category for me. The Scar, it's a gun. It's a hybrid scope, only 30 rounds, pretty bad recoil. That's where it's at. The Uzi, you know, and this is where we're gonna see like guns that might have a little more range, might be a little ahead of the SMGs here, but you might want an SMG in certain situations. It's an Uzi with a reflex. It's not suppressed. So, you know, it's a gun. Chopper. So good. It's basically a meta origin, monolithic impaler, extended mag, 12 rounds, no stock. This is the type of gun you can keep and grab a loadout and just go straight to your ghost loadout. Just use this as your secondary, save a loadout, get to ghost quicker. Let's go if you find this. HDR, yeah, like I've said before, I'm not a sniper. Some of you might be, let's go. The spreadsheet says it has a variable scope, not 100% on that. But yeah, it's an HDR. So if you snipe, you can use it. I'll use it in the extreme situation. AX, it's lower because it's an AX. You have to adjust the drop. For some of you like the AX, know the drop, it's higher for you. This AUG, I don't really like the AUG. It's got a hybrid scope, so the ADS is slow, so that's why I got behind the Uzi. M91 is also just again, an LMG, super slow. It's suppressed, but by the time you've ADS'd, you're dead with this. So it's a gun. It'll get you through those like first 10 seconds. The striker is solid. It has a lightweight suppressor, so it is suppressed. It's also a hybrid scope, so that's why it holds it back. And so yeah, it's solid though. I would feel comfortable pushing in certain situations with it. Odin, some use the Odin, I don't. And the ADS on this is super slow. It is suppressed, but yeah, no for me. The Electra, I wanna like this, but it's got a thermal scope, and just thermals, it used to be meta, I mean for snipers, but for an AR, thermal, it's rough going. So yeah, I'll take it over an M91, but I want to like it. It has a suppressor, has got a long range, about 60 rounds, but that scope hampers it. This Grau, it's hampered by a hybrid. It would probably, if it had a reflex or iron sights, it would probably be in the frisky or even higher. It's got that hybrid scope that holds it back. You can put it to the reflex, but it's just gonna be a little slow. So I prefer some of the faster SMGs to it. The Florentino, it's got a reflex scope. It's got the kilo recoil control. I prefer the iron sight kilos. I do. It's strange. This has a commander foregrip. Should probably be a little better, but I guess that affects ADS. I just like the iron sights. The iron sights are so good for those close quarter range. It doesn't have extended mag, so yeah, the iron sight pushes the common one up a tier for me. FAMAS is a FAMAS. I don't think we need to go any further. It's just a FAMAS. We don't bother with that. HDR, another HDR. Again, same as the Epic, not much of a difference. Another striker. This one has a Merc, so it's a little better. Still suppressed, so that's why it's over the Epic. The Harpy, I love the MP7, but this has an NVG, and on an NVG on an SMG, are you kidding me? You can barely see anything. I got a kill with it, but yeah, not unless I have to. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. We got another Odin. Again, not much. A Joker. Some of you like the Joker. I never pick it up. I don't really bother shooting it down vehicles. The Kilo, so good. I think my KD is gonna go down next season because there won't be a Kilo on the floor. This gun is with the iron sight, close range. It's just so consistent. You're gonna hit your shots. It's got a little more. You can range it out a little more because they are so good. It's not suppressed, so in some situations you might want to take the AK, but more often than not, I'm taking the Kilo. Again, another FAMAS. That's where that goes. Another M91. Not just basically the same. The Marooned, I have it. Yeah, no, I have it a little higher. It's an SA. The recoil is a little rough. It's got a reflex scope. It's got 50 rounds. So that's why I put it over the Scar, which only got 30, and it's got that zoomed in scope. So that's where it's at. So again, I don't use this, but some of you probably use it to devastating effect. So that's where I've put it. Kind of a compromise. I don't even bother. This is so slow. The fire rate is so slow on the Model 680. I'd rather use my pistol. The Bison, I like the Bison. It's suppressed. It's close between the P90. The Bison has a more damage per mag. P90 is a little faster TTK, so that's why I lean P90 there. Another Scar. New Horizon, so good. It's just missing the no stock, but it's got a monolithic. It's got 12 rounds. Impaler, you can use that with the loadout gun. You can hold that onto that. Yeah, I don't use, again, some of you use the car, the car, it's higher for you. For me, it's there. The VLK, so good. Coming off season 5 in the Origin, it's like how could get any? I'm not saying it's got better, but the VLK is probably almost just as good. slightly not as good as the Origin. But if you check the video out I posted, my friend, he got 7 kills with the uncommon VLK. The 1-inch punch has a choke, so it's even better. Tighter hip fire spread. So good. Let's go. The Ufaga doesn't have a foregrip, and it's still got a hybrid scope. It's got the Archangel, so it's probably a little longer ranged, but I mean it kicks with that scope. So I'd stick with the Envenom. MK2, it's an MK2. That's all you need to know. Pila, again, if you shoot down vehicles, you'll pick up the Pila. The Bison, yeah, damage per mag is more, so I think I'm putting it over the Uzi. But I saw, I mean, Aiden used an Uzi and was destroying people, but he's Aiden, so. But yeah, I'm sticking with the Bison. It's got a better TKK and more damage per mag. Quiver, again, just a beast. And a lot of you probably have that R9 rhythm down. I like the Origin better, but some of you probably have the R9 ahead. Just so good. Okay, yeah, the worst. A Magnum. We all know that that's the worst. A Holger. This Holger's here. You get a lot of bullets, but that's about it. It's also, I think, a hybrid scope. ADS is, I think, slightly better than the SA. The SA's got the reflex. These are probably interchangeable, not a huge difference. The AK, I've got it here, suppressed. So in this case, I take it over the Kilo. These are a little more long range, so the suppression helps. I prefer the iron sights. That's why the iron sighted versions are higher than the scoped ones. RPG, severely underrated. It's better than some guns. I'm gonna put it here. You pick up an SMG and you pick up an RPG, that's a lethal combo in close quarters. You can take out a squad with that combo. So in certain situations, I like the RPG. The SA87 is here. Again, it's got a lot of recoil. Iron sight, being an iron sight helps. It's okay. It's okay. You can, again, Aiden did damage with it, so it's definitely, you can make it work, or you can say it's Aiden. So the SKS, surprisingly, it made it over this tier because it's iron sighted. So I was able to kill with somebody with it because you had the iron sight, you could track your enemy, and it did enough. It did enough. It's okay. It's a gun. The King, the Smithy. Now, a bunch of you are saying, dude, you're harping on close range so much. Why the Smithy? Which is kitted for range. It's got the monolithic, it's got the summit, it's got the tac laser, it's got the Canted hybrid. It just expands your possibilities. And if you check the video out that I posted, you know, I was able to shoot people 90, 100 meters out, 2-3 kills, squad wipe from range, and it just expands. You can keep it. You can grab an MP5, a shotgun from your loadout, and keep it as, you know, it's probably 85, 90% of the Kilo. Kilo's just that bit better, but this can do damage. And so when you get it, you should keep it. Now, I got myself killed the other night keeping it and holding onto a shotgun because the guy kept some range, had a Bison, and it was a little too far for the shotgun, and I wasn't comfortable whipping out the Smithy. So it has a drawback there, but it's just the potential that it has. You got to go with it. MK2, it's an MK2. Another Holger, another Deagle, another SKS. This SKS is here again because it's sighted. Prefer the iron sights. Slightly better P90. I think it's got a longer barrel. Might be wrong. You know, one of them you're gonna pick up. The Uzi. Again, yeah, I put it here. I mean, if you like, it might be here because of the iron sights. I'm put it a little below. The VLK. So good. So good. friend killed 7 people with it. It carried on the legend of the origin. This Bruin has such slow ADS. It's got the 200 round mag, doesn't have the tack laser, so it's only really long range. It does have the summit, does have the monolithic, but it's super limited. Heck, I might even put it below the scars. No, it's so limited. Krakatoa. Here. Again, some of you like the R9 over the origin, it's higher. But yeah, it's got a 5 milliwatt hip fire beast. So good. All right, well, that's the tier list, guys. I'm putting the link to the tier maker down below so you can make your own tier lists. Share them in the comments. Would love to compare, get your viewpoints. We'll continue on in season 7, season 1, whatever it's called. Hope to collaborate with A Drawing Becomes Real, but if not, I'll do my own spreadsheet. Message me. Let me know if you want to help collaborate so we can get it out, get that info quicker. Also, links to the videos I've made of the floor loot weapons that I've had success with, the Smithy, New Horizon, Kilo, VLK, as well as some others. If you've liked, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all in season 7.